Going on, guys? Back at the desk. I got an answer, Solomon. I found an answer, Solomon. I found a website that finally describes them. They were called Deadlights. Yeah, good name, huh? There were 10 of them. Where I have these holes thrown out. Yep, right there, you can see them. Yes, those were lights. Well, they were 2 inches in diameter glass. You can find it, Solomon, on this website. It's www. dot, I don't know how you pronounce it, so I'll spell it. VERNIANERA.com. That's V as in very, ERNIANERA.com. And if you go there, you can see and read it. There's an article that states what those were, and they were called Deadlights. So yes, it was glass. So I have found an answer finally. It took a lot of digging, but I found it. So that has been put to rest. I wanted to thank Mr. Fred Henry for his shout out to my ships. I appreciate that very much. My hat's off to you guys that served. Fred Henry, Navy. Benny at Fuba, Navy. Solomon, Life After Work, Navy. So, my hat's off to you guys. Thank you very much for your service. Something else I want. Cars for me are out of my comfort zone. I am not a car builder. I'm a military builder. Tanks, planes, ships. But I have been doing cars because of the inspiration of seeing what some of you guys have done with them. So that's what got me into building a little bit more cars. So now I want to challenge you guys. Some of you guys, that's all you build is cars. I'd like to see some of you guys step out of your comfort zone. Marcos over at Tortuga Customs. He's stepping out. He's got a helicopter. He says that he wants to build. I heard Mr. Henry, Mr. Fred Henry, say that he's got a ship in his stash that he was going to pull out and maybe take a look at. Who else? Dog. Well, I think it's the dog. One of you guys, whose wife bought him the aircraft carrier. He builds cars. He's going to step outside his comfort zone. So, yeah, I put a challenge out to you guys. All you guys that just build cars, see if you step outside your comfort zone. Get a tank, get a plane, get a tank, get a ship. Because I'll tell you something, all those skills that you have honed with your cars, you will move over into whatever you're going to build next. Because I'll tell you, I have gotten better building those because of this work I have done on the cars. It has actually made me a better model builder all around. So don't just think because you do cars all the time that, there's no way I could build a ship, or there's no way I could build a plane. You'd be surprised that a lot of the skills that you got for a car, you can put it. Look, some of the cockpits on these planes, there's all kinds of stuff you can do into them. I mean, some of them you can see, some of them you can't, but it's all about the journey, I think. But yeah, so I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not putting any time limit on it, but think about it. You know what I mean? Think about it. That's all. And it was good to finally figure out what those were. But it was a good discussion, Solomon. You too, Benny. We had a good discussion on that. So we got that figured out. But they were called Deadlights, and there were 10 of them. If you go to that article that website, that it's the guy did extensive research, because I have looked. I can't tell you how many sites, Hunley sites, I've looked on, and try to figure out what those were. And this was the only one who said what they were. There's a 3D model of it that you can go through, but it's a pretty big article. So anybody that's interested in the Hunley, go to that website. Like I said, I can read it out one more time. I'm thinking, I say Vernie Anera. So it's VERNIANERA.com. Go check that out if you're interested. Anybody who's interested in the Hunley. So, all right, now that I know that, I can start putting this thing together, and I'm still trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to do that propeller and the propeller guard, because that's what that is. It's a propeller guard. Oh. But, yeah, I've talked to a couple of you guys out there, you know who you are, and they suggested that I build the propeller first. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it right on the ship, so that I can try to figure out where to put those. They have to be like equidistant from each other, you know what I mean? So, but I'll figure that out somehow. But yes, so I thought I would do this, and yes, it was good to figure that out, to figure what those were. They were portholes, skylights, deadlights. That's what they were called. That's what I will call them, deadlights. A hell of a name. Yeah. Yeah, when you consider that 3 crews were lost on her. 2 crews during sea trials, and then the 3rd crew after it sunk the Housatonic. Speculation on how it sunk. You know, did they have the hatches open? Because I know from reading they would ride with the hatches open, because it just rode below the surface. It wasn't meant to, to be down 100 feet. But when the explosion from the torpedo went off, did it break any of those skylights? Or did that happen? Or did it break the hull? We'll never know. We weren't there. They're still working on it. I'm sure that they will come up with a hypothesis of what sunk it, but that's their opinion based on what they have for the facts. But we all know that just because something looks something one way, that don't mean that that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, it's speculation. They're experts. They know more than me, but you never know. I mean, look what they thought about the Titanic. I come to find out that all that was rubbish. So, but yeah, I think I solved it, Solomon. You go look on that, please, and you guys tell me what you think. But yeah, they're deadlights. 10 of them. Running out of time, boys. So, all right. Have a nice day. Peace out.